Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Sarah. Happy Thursday. And today's topic is how to deal with negative energy. It is a question that I get all the time. And we're going to talk about the purpose of negative energy. Why is it there? Where does it come from? How do you deal with it? How do you transform it? How do you protect yourself against it? A lot of the times at home or at work, we have these people who just leave us feeling drained after every interaction. And we're going to talk about why that happens and what to do about it. So it's going to be a super, super enlightening talk. Before we get started, two quick announcements. Last call for the yoga teacher training that starts next Wednesday, July 14th. I am so excited for those of you who are already signed up. I'm so looking forward to an amazing journey. If you are on the fence, this is it. It's a year-long program. So right now, I'm not sure when or if I'll run it again. So you don't want to miss out. Last minute entries, welcome. The other announcement that I have is I am hosting a super enlightening workshop next Friday, July 16. It's going to be about how to calm your mind, and we are going to take a holistic approach. We're going to talk a little bit about crystals, a little bit about essential oils and the tools that you need, but we're also going to talk about like the root cause of your racing mind and what you need to do to actually like train your system to be still and not worry so much and not think so much, and connecting more with your intuition and being at ease with where you are in life, in your journey, how to make soul-aligned choices that then stop your mind from spinning. Because once the mind's spinning, yes, there's tools and meditation techniques that we can use, but we always want to look for long-term solutions. And, crystals and essential oils are super helpful, and we're going to learn how to use them properly, and it's going to be very enlightening. But you also need to solve the root cause of the problem. So that is next Friday, the 16th. It's 2 hours live on Zoom with me. It's $27. I'll put the link in the comments inside of the group, or you can DM me for the details. I'd love to have you there. Okay, so with those two announcements said, let's go ahead and get started. The first principle that I want you to learn today is that all energies are useful, including negative energies. And you're sitting there saying, no, I'm supposed to, be in a positive place all the time. And I don't want anything to do with negative energies. And I'm so sick of them. Well, they're going to be there until you kind of learn your lesson and do what you need to do to bring yourself to a place of balance. So negative energies are there to kind of push you forward, awaken you, give you the motivation that you need to rise vibrationally. And they're only necessary until they're no longer necessary. So eventually you learn to live in a very proactive way so that you don't create and you don't attract negative energies in your life. But until then, they are serving that purpose. And you have a choice. You could either see the negative energy and go into a place of denial, pretending that things are not what they are. You can go into a place of aversion and run away and just kind of push away the negative energy that's coming your way. You can go into a place of kind of absorbing it and wallowing in it and sitting there in this negative place, like just spinning and being stuck there. Or you can kind of do a little bit of introspection and say, okay, I have somehow participated in the creation of this situation, and therefore I can participate in the uncreation of this situation. And what that means is, because a lot of the times you might hear this and you'll be like, no, I was born into this nonsense. I was born into this negative situation. Oh, I see some comments here. So first of all, I'm using StreamYard. So if you're joining, when you comment, give me your name so I can address you by name. If not, give StreamYard permission for me to see your name. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Hi, Bernadette. Okay, so this is one of the things that I was talking about. Like sometimes you feel like you were born into like your negative family and therefore you have no choice. First of all, you always have a choice. But also, if you were born into a negative situation, it's because karmatically, vibrationally, spiritually, that was the only option available to you in order to incarnate on this earth. So even though it was a negative situation that you were born into, maybe that's your work as a spirit. You have to figure out how to get out of the muck and transform the part of yourself that was a mirror and plugged into this negative situation, so that next lifetime you get yourself a better set of parents. Okay. But even something that you perceive you have no choice about and you had no choice about, listen, when they say that we pick our parents, we literally pick our parents, because that's the only vibration that spiritual we're kind of entitled to. So and this is why being on earth is such a precious opportunity, because it's the only place where you can come to and you can enter at a certain vibration. And if while you're here, you don't waste your time and you continuously do the work and you try your best to improve and to move away from fear and to raise your vibration and to do whatever you need to do in order to rise, then when you die, you get born into a better situation. So even if you are born into a negative situation, it's still your responsibility. And unless you take responsibility for that and changing it, if you sit there and you kind of play victim and say, oh, poor me, this is what I was born into and this is why my life is what it is, that you're not taking responsibility, you're not changing things, and then next lifetime you get to try again. And you get to be born of the same vibration, and you keep spinning and spinning on that same cycle. If you say, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and sometimes that might include leaving people, places, and things from your past behind. And that's something that humans are not very comfortable or familiar with. Humans are actually one of the very few species on earth that stay attached to their ancestors and to their offspring for centuries, right? And so a lot of the times the patterns, the negative energy in your life and the things that you're fighting is ancestral. It comes from the collective consciousness of your tribe. And it is very difficult for you to transcend it and shift and transform it if that's all you've ever known. And that's why having a teacher and someone outside of your energy system that can show you a different way of seeing things, a different way of being, is so important, because a lot of the times we experience what we experience because that's all we've ever had access to. And we literally don't know any better, and we don't have another point of reference to live and create a different reality for ourselves. So when you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like, okay, the people, places, and things around me do not support where you want to go, sometimes, as painful as it might sound, it is necessary, at least temporarily, to create some space between you and these people that are at a certain vibration, because the collective consciousness is always going to be more powerful than the individual consciousness. And that works both ways. A group can get together with a positive intent. We do that all the time in my programs. I have a wonderful community of 20-something students that gets together and continuously works to stay connected to the energy of light and love, right? And that is helpful and uplifts everyone exponentially. When we get together and our minds get together and our energy systems get together in a positive way, we all rise higher than we could on our own. When we do the opposite and we're connected to negative people, that affects you too. So it's not so easy to change your vibration if you are surrounded by negative people. Even drug addicts and alcoholics get sent to a place away from their triggers and their family and their friends, okay, so that they can have the space to heal. Negative energies like that too. If you are trying to shift, you might have to at least temporarily create some space between the people around you and yourself, and align yourself with a different tribe, another group of people that vibrates at a higher frequency, so that you can be inspired to shift and transform and see things differently and create a different reality. So but so far we've talked about how all energies are helpful. Even negative energies are here to help you and give you the motivation that you need to rise. We've talked about how negative energy comes from the collective consciousness and from ancestral patterns, and how you have to take responsibility for what you're experiencing and don't play victim to the situation, because even if you were born into it, that's because spiritually that's all you kind of qualified for, and therefore what you are being given is an opportunity to rise and an opportunity to transform. And if you don't take responsibility that that's your job and you're busy blaming the situation that you're in, then you're powerless. You can't change anything because you think it's not your fault. If you are willing to say, okay, this is where I am, and therefore I must have consciously or unconsciously or some previous lifetimes participated in the creation of the situation, then I have the power to change it. That opens up a whole other realm of possibilities, and it all began by you taking responsibility. So you can't blame other people, places, and things for your experience, because even if you are surrounded by this negativity and you're trying to get out, somehow you made choices, and you have certain vibration in your system that allows you to even be part of this tribe. I walk into a negative environment right now, I run the hell away. Like, they don't even want me in there. There's like a polarization of where I am and where this negative, stressful, drama creating environment is. So you have to be in a place of really taking responsibility for your experience. Now, once you've done that, it doesn't mean that, that's it, I take responsibility, I'm just gonna walk away. Listen, it's not that simple. The people around you will try and hang on and pull you down with all they've got, because we're all connected, kind of like on a spider web. And so let's say that this is a spider web and you begin to move over here, the whole thing is going to tremble. And so when you begin to shift and you try and get away, you're kind of pulling the strings, and you have to unwind their reality. They don't want to unwind their reality. So they're going to grasp onto you, and they're going to do everything that they can to keep you where you are, which is why it's so important to have another web of another tribe of a different vibration, and with a little bit of luck, a teacher or a priest or a counselor that can kind of help you, so that when the old people, places, and things try and pull you back, you have something to hang on to and something to move forward to. Guys, I wish it was possible, but you cannot do this alone. You cannot rise from a lower vibration to a higher vibration without a little bit of help. You need a practice, you need a teacher, you need a community. That's how I've done it. That's how I've helped lots and lots of women to do it. It's simply not possible, whether that is your church or whether it's a healing group or whether it's something. The collective is powerful in both ways. So if you're experiencing negativity, you need to realize that you somehow participated in the creation of that negativity, that you have the power to shift. But then you also need the tools and the help and the support that you need in order to actually help you get out of where you are, because the problem cannot fix the problem, because you have a limited perception, and so you can only see things from where you are, and you need someone to help you shine the light and see things from a completely different way. It's not rocket science. It's actually very basic and very simple, but it's very real and very necessary. Okay, so, but let's say that you already know this, you're taking responsibility, you're determined to do whatever it takes to shift, you are aware and you have enough desire to do something differently. And let's say that you find yourself a community and a teacher to support you on this journey of leaving the old negative patterns behind and shifting to a new place. Then we talk about how these people are still going to grasp, right? So what I'm going to talk about now is, what do you do when they begin to grasp? Because a lot of the times the reason that we're experiencing what we're experiencing is because we're in very codependent relationships. We enable negative energy in our lives. We do our coworkers' job. We pay, our family's bills. We kind of give, and we feel completely drained because we're giving what we don't even have. They don't even appreciate it. By doing it, we're actually enabling the irresponsibility and the misbehavior. And we then feel drained, and we know that this is negative energy, but you try and pull away and they come grasping and you plug in, and it's like this never ending cycle, right? So what you need to do is you need to, first of all, have compassion and deep understanding for both yourself, for being where you are, and the people around you for being where they are. They are doing what they're doing. They're not doing it to you. They're just doing what they do from a place of grasping, a place of fear, a place of helplessness. So first you have to come to a place, instead of like feeling resentful, have a little bit of compassion for where you are and have a little bit of compassion for where they are. That's going to open up, that's going to get rid of more negative energy on top of more negative energy. So if you see it and you feel it and you walk into a room and you have this like resistance, this aversion, this I don't want, like this just disgust, now you have negative reaction on top of negative energy. If you walk into a room, okay, you don't like it, that's okay. But can you come to a place of like compassion for where they are? And you still need to create space, and you still need to walk away, and you still need to set boundaries, but you don't need to be afraid of this negative energy. You don't need to be resentful. It is not your job to go in there and try and change their consciousness. It is your job to kind of shift yourself, okay, and stay connected to your high vibration and not go down to their level. Because the minute it's like this, and I explain this all the time, it's like let's say you have a negative force coming this way, and then you're saying, no, positive energy. This force has to then get stronger. So by resisting, you are actually giving the negativity more power. Where if the negativity is coming your way and you're like, oh, I'm out of your way, it dissipates. So you don't want to plug in. You don't want to go into a forceful place of trying to change what is. It is what it is. People are where they are. You are where you are. So even like criticizing yourself and feeling guilt or shame about the fact that you plug into this negativity doesn't freaking help you. You do that because at some level, there's a certain dysfunction in your system and you think that this is normal and negative. Somehow it's good in your little sick head. And that's, again, because of what I said at the beginning, it's all you've ever known. So you think it's good and you think it's normal because that's all that you can relate to. That's all you've ever experienced, and you don't have a different point of reference. How sad is that? Like, if you can look at it from that perspective and stop beating yourself up about it, and instead have a little bit of compassion and deep understanding for where you are, and compassion and deep understanding for where these people around you are, and you're looking at them with like patience and acceptance, and you're not trying to force them to change, and you're not taking what they're doing personal because they're not doing it to you, they're just doing what they're doing. You get out of the way, the negative energy dissipates. There's no point in fighting it. The only thing that can dispel darkness is light. So if you're fighting darkness with darkness, how is that going to be productive? That's never going to be productive. If you're trying to force change, if you're trying to get other, I'll tell you why we do that. We do that because, okay, let's use an example. Let's say you have a partner, okay? And your partner's always in a negative place of worry, let's say about money. Okay. Oh, your partner's always worry about money. Now you have been taking all these courses. You've done some manifesting challenges. You know that money is just energy. You know, you shouldn't worry about it. And so now all of the time you're fighting with him and saying, no, don't worry about money. Can you stop? You're so negative. Why are you always in this place? Like this course and this lesson and this teacher, they told me that this is not how it works and we need to stop that. And you're getting on his case about it. Okay. You're fighting negative energy with negative energy. Now it's a bickering. Now it's a projection. He's blaming you, you're blaming him. Okay? When in reality, you probably still have not truly shifted those beliefs within you, because if you had, you would understand that his beliefs are limited and you would have compassion for his limited beliefs. You wouldn't go into a bickering place trying to make him change. You will respect where he is. That is the level of consciousness that he's at. That's what he understands. Okay? And you trying to change him, it's got nothing to do with him. It's got everything to do with you. You haven't done the work. And instead of taking responsibility and shifting your energy, you're going over there trying to shift his energy. And now you're fighting and creating more bickering. How the heck is that going to help either one of you? And that's what I mean by you don't fight negative energy with negative energy. If you really shift from within and you've really shifted your paradigm of understanding regarding a certain situation, then you can accept and respect people and leave them be where they are from a place of deep understanding, compassion, and patience. Love is patient. Love is not pushy. Love is not manipulative. It is not controlling. It's not trying to change anybody. It is just is. It just is. So you don't have the need to find negative energy for negative energy when you're in a true place of love and deep understanding. So no, you have to accept responsibility. You have to do the work to change it. You have to find a tribe and a teacher that supports this new paradigm that you're trying to reach. You need to stop fighting negative energy with negative energy. You need to stop fearing negative energy, because that's not helpful either. That's fear on top of fear. You need to stop denying that the negative energy is there and twisting it and making it something that it's not. Negative is negative, and that's all it is. It's not good, it's not about, it's not right, it's not wrong, it just is. And so you need to stop pretending that it's something that it's not. Stop sugarcoating. Call a spade, and accept things for what they are, even if they're negative, without judgment. People talk to me about all the time about, like I said, no judgment. And they're like, okay, well, that's bad, but I'm not going to judge it as bad because I don't want to be judgy. And I'm like, no, bad is bad. That's that. The judgment is in thinking that bad is bad. I don't know if I'm getting through on that one. So positive is positive, negative is negative. It's what is. When you think that negative is a bad thing and you are better than the negativity, that's ego, that's judgment. You have somehow tried to raise yourself up and think that you're better than anybody. I'm no better than the worst person out there. I've just done a lot of work, so I don't suffer anymore, and I'm at a different vibration. And it doesn't matter how lost people are when they find me, they will always feel this lack of, like, they will feel so completely accepted no matter how negative their situation is. They have to be able to do the work. They have to be able to pay me. Otherwise, they can take advantage of all of my free trainings. They have to be able to show up to class and do the work and all of that. But I will help them no matter how lost and stuck they are, because I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm just at a different place. That's true non-judgment. Okay. So a lot of times people think that non-judgment means that nothing is bad and you're not supposed to judge things are bad. Bad is bad, negative is negative. The problem comes when you think you're better than that. That's judgment. And when you pass judgment of something being negative, no, negative energy is just negative energy. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just negative. And that's okay. And they have the right to stay where they are. And you have the right to shift if you take the responsibility to do the work and shift. So that's my little message of wisdom for today. Again, for those of you who don't know me, I am Sarah. I am a traditional Usui Reiki master teacher, a holistic life coach, and a yoga teacher. I have a 90-day awakening and empowerment program that includes yoga and life coaching to help you transform all of these toxic energies and really learn how to calm your mind, be at peace, follow your intuition, stay connected to your spirit with complete, like, unconditional, do whatever it takes to make soul-aligned choices at home and at work. And I also do a yoga teacher training program, which is starting next Wednesday. It's a year-long journey. It's not too late to jump in if you still want to join. And for those of you who are not ready for those long-term programs, I have a workshop next Friday. It's 2 hours, how to calm your mind. We're going to talk about crystals, essential oils, but also, and most importantly, why it is that your mind is constantly spinning and how do you bring it to a calm place? What do you need to really be doing in order to calm your mind? So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please share these on your feed with your friends and family. Tag them. It helps me to reach more people, and I greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Bye-bye.